morning, I'm Mack Farr.
And I'm Sigmon.
You know, it's mid-August here, the water temperature's hot, air temperature's even hotter, and a lot of folks are staying off the lake, staying at home, staying in the air conditioner, so they're going fishing. And Dean and I think this is arguably the best time of year to catch striped bass.
That's right, if you're one of those people staying home, you need to get out on the lake and striper fish. Great time of year to catch a lot of fish, a lot of nice fish. The technique we're using is trolling with the downrigger. You're not seeing a lot of them, but it's getting more and more popular. One good reason, catches a lot of fish.
Absolutely, Dean. I'll tell you what, we want to take you on one of our favorite trips today. We like to get up and go fishing early in the morning. When it gets hot, we'll break, eat a little lunch, get a big glass of iced tea. Then this afternoon, we'll come back out on the lake and fish some more. And we'll show you how to use the downrigger, and we think if you'll try this, you'll find it catches more fish for you. So jump in and let's go fishing.
Let's take a minute to talk about a downrigger and just what a downrigger is. A downrigger enables you to fish your bait at a precise depth, from anywhere from a few feet under the surface down to as far as you want to go, really. You know, we go 25, 30 feet typically in our applications. But the downrigger components are, you have an electric motor. This is an electric unit. On a manual, you would have a crank just to crank it up. You have your spool with the cable on it. Cable comes out, you have a lead ball on the end that actually gets down there and gets your line down there. This is 10 pound. We find a 10 pound works best. Then you have your clips that you attach your line to get it down there. Also, you have a swivel base. You'll need a swivel base. That allows you to swivel the downrigger out to load it and then back as you're fishing. That's basically the components of a downrigger. I think you'll find it'll work well for you whether you choose electric or manual.
Dean showed us the downrigger and the components of the downrigger, and I want to show you our bait and our tackle, a little bit about that. This particular bait's a 3/4 ounce bucktail jig. We're using a 6-inch trailer, and we found here on Lanier that bucktails are hard to beat day in and day out. Depending on where you fish, different parts of the country, you may have some luck pulling a spoon, something like a bunker spoon or Sutton spoon. Umbrellas are popular, and certain diving plugs. Whatever works on your lake and can be trolled can be effective behind a downrigger. The tackle we're using today, this is a Penn 320, which we like this reel. It's a big, fast reel. It's large enough to hold sufficient amounts of line. If we need to go to 30-pound test or larger, this reel will handle it, and it's got a good drag. And that's the things you need to look for. This puts a lot of pressure on your tackle. You've got to have adequate tackle, particularly if you're trolling in a lake that has a lot of submerged timber, and you may have to really pull these fish out from some pretty heavy brush. All right, now we've got our bait out as far as we want it. We're going to load the line into the clip, and this is a roamer tension release. And what this does, this is going to hold your line and let us drop the line to the desired depth to drop the downrigger ball. And we double the line up, just make a loop here, put the line in the jaws. This is what's referred to as the jaws of the clip. Then close the clip. Then we're going to take both pieces of fishing line and come back here. Now the reason we're going to double it up again, that way the fish, if he strikes the bait, he's pulling it that way, that will open the clip like this. If we want to move, or say we have a really big fish on and we want to clear this line, since it's doubled up, we can take the rod out of the rod holder and just pull this piece of line, which is going to the rod, pull it straight up, and that'll release the clip as well. And we can get it out of there without having to pick this up manually and release it. So once we get it loaded, we double our line up, shut the jaws, both pieces of fishing line. Now we're going to swivel the downrigger around. We like to turn it so that the line doesn't come back and get caught on a piece of hardware. We're going to take the reel out of gear, bait clicker on, and we're going to drop it, however, to the depth we want. In this case, we're going about 22 or 23 feet. Now what we like to do is let it drop. We're watching our counter here, and we like to stop the reel about 5 feet before the depth we're going to actually fish at, and let the downrigger ball tighten it up and get the slack out so we get a nice bend in the rod. It's important that you get this big bend in the rod so when the fish takes the bait and knocks it out of the clip, the rod will spring up and take the slack out for you. If you have the rod, say, more at this angle, when the fish knocks it out of the clip, the rod has no spring to pull the slack out. So we want a nice tight bend in the rod, and that's, you can tell when you got it tight enough, when you can crank and your drag slipping, that's where you want to be. So now we got a nice bend in it, fish hits it, rod pops up, takes a slack, and we're hooked up.
Okay, we're done fishing this spot. We're getting ready to move. One important thing, you want to make sure you secure your downrigger ball. That's 10 pounds of lead there, and you can see if it gets loose, it can really do some damage. What you want to do is just swing your downrigger around where you can reach it. You may have to raise it up a little bit, reach out, grab the cable, and most downrigger balls, or all of them, will have some kind of hook on them. Just take it, you may have to get you a little slack. Take it, hook it on the hook, then just bump the switch to snug it up. So you've got it on there good and snug, secure. Swing it back out, it's ready to go. And there we are. We've got 2 of them. We're down, we're ready to go.
There he is, Dean. This is, Dean, you know, this is one of the biggest problems you got when you run in this deal. The boat's in a big turn like that.
Right.
It's just hard to get your line tight. And be conscious of the fact when the boat's in a turn, your baits are over beside you. If you don't get the line good and tight, you may not hook the fish. Even if your clip's good and tight, so pick it up and get him tight. Just kind of keep that in the back of your mind when you're going in that big turn.
There he is up on top.
Yeah, I saw him flopping around back there.
Yeah, he knocked a little slack. You know, sometimes they'll knock slack in it too and go ahead and get the rod.
Yeah.
Pop him good.
Yeah, anytime the rod's not tight, whether you're in a turn or not, get it tight. That's the key. But giving you a good little tug.
Yeah, there you go.
See him back there. Got him a mouthful of bucktail, doesn't he? And he got the other line. This is going to happen occasionally too when you're stacking, but it's no big deal. We're going to show you how we get around this.
He ate both jigs.
How about that? Our kind of fish right here, folks.
That's a...
Well, let's see.
That was a hungry fish.
Yeah, it was. Then I'm going to let you hold that.
Okay.
And when this happens, first off, we'll take care of the fish here. Let this little fella go back and grow up a little bit. Lay him in the water here, see a fish.